Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. I got a pretty long piece to read to you this morning from Neale Donald Walsch, which leads us into a meditation about being present. So I think it's a good idea to get started right now. Somebody, good morning. Awesome seeing you. Today's meditation is called The Power of Now, which is the same as the title of Eckhart Tolle's book that recognizes that the only place where we have any power to be effective at all is in this present moment. Very often there's a thought that thinks being present is a zoning out, an escape. Being present feels like being all zen and escaping from reality. And the truth is, being present is the absolute opposite. Being present means looking into the eyes of reality, looking into the face of reality and whatever it is right now, without the need to look away, without the need to turn and run, and being acceptance of what reality brings right now. So let's listen to a couple of thoughts from Neale Donald Walsch before we get into that meditation for today. He says, the point of life is not to get anywhere. It is to notice that you are and have always been already there. You are always and forever in the moment of pure creation. The point of life, therefore, is to create who you are and what you are, and then to experience that. Anthony, good morning. It's awesome seeing you, man. If you can get your head out of the past and pull all of your focus and energy into creating at your highest potential in this moment, this is what will create your next moment, and your next day, and your next year. Neale Donald Walsch says, enlightenment is understanding that there is nowhere to go, nothing to do, and nobody you have to be except exactly who you're being right now. What does this moment ask of me is the question that we need to ask ourselves from moment to moment. What does this moment ask of me? Through a practice like meditation, we become better at recognizing our thinking rather than being dragged along by our thoughts. We think thousands of old thoughts every day. It is just what a human brain does. But when we are unaware that all of this is old thinking, then our present moment gets hijacked by an old thought, and we start pouring energy into this old thinking. And this old thinking then creates our next moment, and next day, and next year by reinforcing an old story. Neale Donald Walsch says, do not let anything from your past inhibit you in this present moment. Start over, fresh, each day, each hour if it serves you. Heck, each minute. Just get going. Just do it with love. All else will take care of itself. Maggie, a very good morning. It's awesome having you here. The last thought from Neale Donald Walsch says this. He says, so much of your present experience is based on your previous thought. So much of your present experience is based on the thought, the old thought you had about what this experience should be. Thoughts lead to experience, which leads to thought, which leads to experience. And this can produce constant joy when the sponsoring thought is joyous, but also it can and it does produce continual hell when the sponsoring thought is hellacious. Pat, very good morning. Good to see you this morning. So because our old thought, the previous thought, controls so much of our present experience, What Neale Walsch tries to say is that the quality of that old thought will create the quality of our present experience. If we can cultivate a more consistent quality of thought, then that old thought can inspire a cycle of joyous thinking. But also, if the sponsoring thought is hellacious, it produces a continuous hell. I like the way he describes that. This is our meditation today, the power of now, the recognition that the only place that we have any power at all is in this very moment right now, from moment to moment. Nella, a very good morning. It's good to see you, and you're just in time. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away on today's journey together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, you can let all of it go. As you breathe out, soften. As you exhale, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, take a moment to recognize how busy your mind can sometimes be. Perhaps remind yourself of a moment recently where your mind felt exceptionally busy. Studies show that supposedly we think anywhere between 40,000 and 80,000 thoughts a day. Could you even begin to wrap your head around that amount of thinking? And also that about 90%, which means almost all of it, about 90% of all of this thinking is on repeat. It's the same old recording. It's old thinking repeated every day that gives us anywhere from 35,000 to 70,000 thoughts. The same thoughts on repeat every day. Is it any wonder that we tend to repeat the past if we're always thinking thoughts that come from the past? This is, of course, just what a brain does. It's not a failing. But there's a difference between becoming aware of old thinking happening and taking a step back and saying, I recognize this old thinking. There's a difference between that and being dragged along by old thoughts. It always starts with awareness. Can you become more aware of old thoughts? Being thoughts as they happen. This is an old thought, and I don't want it to try and control my present moment. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you release, drop your head all the way forward. And roll out your neck muscles, going forward and to the left. And also forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in, and as you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, focus on your spine. See in your mind the shape of a banana. And as you lean over to the left and lean over to the right, watch as your spine follows that shape on the left and also on the right. One more big breath in. As you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a space of presence as much as we are able to for the moment, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is a really good place to stop. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. And as you do, feel how softness follows and settles in your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling, feel your body slowly softening, and feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, think about the word present. The theme, being present. Take your next big breath. We've heard from Neale Donald Walsch this morning about how often, and maybe even most of the time, our present gets hijacked by an old thought. Do you have experience of that? There are different ways in which it happens. And the example I'll use this morning is when in a moment I am still trying to hold on to what I thought this moment should have been. So I'm in the middle of an experience and I had an idea what this experience should have been, but it doesn't quite live up to that old thought, the old idea. And I'm kind of stuck, still trying to make this experience fit the old thought that I had about this experience. Is that something you can relate to? Do you have an example of your own experience, perhaps recently? And if it's not recent, reach a little bit further back to find your example of a moment where you struggled to let go of your thoughts of what this moment should have been. Take your next big breath. We'll work our way through a few examples, but as I use these examples, I'd love for you to recognize your own experiences. A very simple example could be, I'm on my way to a meeting, driving there, and on the way I have a flat tire. And this is certainly not what I planned. This is certainly not what I thought this moment should have been. And I'm really unhappy, upset, angry, aggressive about the fact that I now have to change a wheel, whereas where I wanted to be is on my way to the meeting. How much does my emotional state get hijacked by the old thoughts and my non-acceptance of the new reality? Can you think of an example for yourself? Take your next big breath. Another example could be, I planned a party, a birthday party, and because there's more space outside than inside, the party is planned to be outside. And the date is fixed months ahead of time. And in these months of planning the party, I have an image in my mind of what this party would be, what it should look like. But on the morning of this party, it's clear that the weather didn't get this invitation, and that it's going to be a rainy day with a party planned outside. Could I let go of my thought of what this moment should have been? Or will I get completely hijacked by the old thoughts of what this moment should have been? Can you relate? Do you have your own example? Take your next big breath. One more example. I'm having a visit with a friend who I've been looking forward to catching up with, having a coffee or a tea. And in the days leading up to this visit that I'm excited about, I've been seeing the picture of how we're catching up, talking about old times, reminiscing, really enjoying the conversation. But as the moment shows up, my friend is not quite their usual self. Something's a bit off, but I still have this thought of what this moment should have been. How we'll chat about the past and be excited about the future together. Do I get unhappy about this moment not showing up the way I thought it should? Can I let go of my old thoughts of what I thought this moment should have been. Do you have a similar example? Take your next big breath. Can we try and set our brains a reminder? And we don't have to be perfect at this. We just need to remind ourselves often. Can I ask from moment to moment? What does this moment require of me? Can I use a question like this to let go of old thinking and really lean into this moment? What does this moment require of me? Perhaps what this moment requires of me is to focus on nothing but changing a wheel. What does this moment require of me? What does this moment ask me to step up and do? Perhaps what this moment asks me to step up and do is move a party from outside to inside, because that is all there is to do, without holding on to an old thought of what this moment should have been. What does this moment ask me to step up and do? Or perhaps, what opportunity does this moment make available to me? And perhaps the opportunity that becomes available to me is to be the space holder for a friend. And instead of trying to make this conversation fit an old mold, perhaps I can really see where my friend is at, really listen to where they are at. Try some of these thoughts as you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you. See the picture of you asking these thoughts. What does this moment require of me? What does this moment ask me to step up and do? What opportunity does this moment make available to me? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness to settle into every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll share with you these thoughts from Neale Donald Walsch again. Do not let anything from your past inhibit you in this present moment. Start over. Start fresh. Each day, each hour if it serves you. Heck, each minute. So much of your present experience is based on your previous thought. Thought leads to experience, which leads to thought, which leads to experience. This can produce constant joy when the sponsoring thought is joyous. But also it can and does produce continual hell when the sponsoring thought is hellacious. We have another 2 minutes or so of silence left. And for these 2 minutes, I'll leave you with these thoughts. Try and rehearse this. Try and see yourself in a moment in which you would normally not be present. And watch yourself as you remember to ask these questions or any version of them. What does this moment require of me? What does this moment ask me to step up and do? What opportunity does this moment make available to me? Take a minute with those. Rehearse and see yourself remember to ask those questions. What does this moment require of me? What does this moment ask me to step up and do? What opportunity does this moment make available to me? This very moment is always the moment of creation. This very moment is always the only place that we can be effective. If we're trying to be anywhere else, the energy is wasted. Pour your energy into this moment, moment by moment. And especially when things feel hard, remember to ask, what does this moment require of me? What does this moment make available? We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for a reminder to be present. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder that the only power we have at all is to spend our energy in this moment. Because anything else is a waste of our energy. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being reminded to ask the question moment to moment. What does this moment require of me? Can I put down my thoughts of what I thought this moment should have been? Take a deep breath in. Thank you for recognizing that every moment brings opportunity. And while I'm stuck on an old thought of what this moment should have been, I will surely miss the opportunity. What opportunity does this moment make available to me? One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Hey Ange, good morning. It's nice seeing you pop in. Good evening, Pope. It's good to see you, and awesome that you made it all the way through. Leshna, good morning. Always happy seeing you here. And to everybody, thank you Anthony, thank you Sunmary. Linda, good morning. Thank you Maggie. Have an awesome day. It takes work to try and remind this busy mind to be present. But as we continue that work, we create a new pattern. We create a pattern that looks like presence. And slowly, slowly, we become better at that. Thanks a bunch, everyone. Have an awesome day, and see you again soon. Ciao, ciao.